Chapter 4, Lesson 4, page 184, Inequalities. We're going to be using both adding, subtracting, and multiplying, dividing together. Remember, we first want to do the adding or subtraction first, and then we do the multiplying or dividing. It's kind of a general rule. Let's get started with number 41. 11 minus x is greater than 5 plus 2/5 of an x. I see we have 2/5 of an x on the right. We have a minus x on the left. It might make sense for us to add x to both sides. So we have 2/5 of an x plus one more x. I'm adding x to both sides. On the left side we end up with a goose egg, x take away x. So we have on the left side just plain old 11, and that's got to be greater than 5 plus 2/5 of an x plus 1x. Well, 1x is the same as 5/5 of an x. And if I have 5/5 of an x plus 2/5 of an x, I think that gives a 7/5. So I have 5 plus 7/5 of an x, 2/5 of an x plus 1x. Let's subtract 5 from both sides. So I have 11 minus 5 is greater than 5 minus 5 plus 7/5 of an x. Looks a little crowded here. Sorry about that. We got a goose egg over here on this side. I think the left side looks like 11 minus 5 turns out to be 6, turns out to be greater than or equal to 7/5 of an x. I got the 6 from 11, take away 5. These canceled out. I can multiply both sides by 5 over 7, the reciprocal of 7 over 5. I could multiply both sides by 5 and then divide both sides by 7, or I could just do that reciprocal. So I'm going to do that, 5 over 7 times, let me rewrite this a little bit so it's not so confusing. So let's do one more step. So we're going to go 6 times 5 over 7 is greater than 7 over 5 times 5 over 7 times x. We're doing the reciprocal of 7 over 5. Nice and neat, this will cancel with that. The 7s and the 7s will cancel out. The right side looks like 1 times x, so this looks like 30 over 7. Turns out to be greater than x. 30 times, I can put a 1 underneath, 30 divided by 7 is greater than x. If I wanted to rewrite this to have the x first, I'm going to look from the right to the left, so x is going to turn out to be less than 30 over 7. There's our solution to number 41. Number 51 looks a little more complicated. 0.4 times the quantity, square bracket, of 2w, 2 times the quantity of w plus 3 minus 5w, close square bracket, and all that has to be less than 0.6. To make life a little bit easier for me, I'm going to divide this side by 0.4. I'm going to divide this side by 0.4, just so that I can get rid of this decimal stuff. So this is going to cancel out with that. And I think I end up with 2w plus 3. I'm sorry, let me back up again. Making a shortcut, let's not do that. We end up with 2 times the quantity of w plus 3 minus 5w. And that turns out to be less than 1.5. 0.6 divided by 0.4 is 1.5. I just got rid of the decimals. That's all I did by dividing both sides by 0.4. Notice the square brackets are still there in place. Now let's work our way out from the inside out. So we have 2w plus 6 minus 5w is less than 1.5. I distributed. We can finish this up here. 2w plus 6 minus 5w. I think that's minus 3w plus 6 is less than 1.5. This looks like minus 3w is less than 1.5 minus 6. I subtracted 6 from both sides. Minus 6, doing this vertically. Hope you can see that. So minus 3w turns out to be less than minus 4.5. 1.5 minus 6. Finally, I'm going to divide both sides by minus 3. And when I do that, the 3's will cancel out. The minus 3's will cancel out. I've got to flip the sign. I've got to flip this sign because I'm dividing by a negative number in an inequality. So I've got to flip the sign. So this looks like W is greater than 1.5. This turns out to be 4.5 divided by 3 is 1.5. Negative divided by negative is positive. I had flipped the sign because I had divided by a negative number. So my final solution is W turns out to be greater than 1.5. Dividing by negatives, flip the inequality, put it the other way. Negative 4.5 divided by negative 3, negative divided by negative gives me my positive answer. Number 41 and 51, all done for today. We'll see you tomorrow.